Hello neighbor, this is Curt at Etrailer, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Thule Evo Roof Rack system on our 2020 Nissan Pathfinder. Now if you're familiar with the Thule Evo system, if you've used it before or if you recently purchased it, please share your experience with us in the comments below. We like to use those experiences to kind of help all of our other neighbors also find what is exactly right for them. Now let's take a look at this roof rack system and see what makes it special. Now the Thule Evo Roof Rack system uses a kind of a clamp style on the towers here. Now we are using this on a raised rail, which means you're going to have a gap underneath the rail on the top of the Pathfinder. This is going to wrap right around it and tighten down. Now the great thing about it is that you don't have fixed mounting points like you would on flush rails or some other systems. So that allows us to move our crossbar spread, as far or narrow apart as we want to. Now, that being said, 24 inches is usually the minimum that you're going to find up there to be able to use any rooftop accessories. We've got ours at a 30-inch spread. That, I think, is a really good overall spread that can really accommodate just about anything you'd like to put up there. Now you can mount things two different ways. There's a track system on the top that's going to allow you to mount just about any accessory that uses that style. You can also use a clamp style, which is going to wrap around the bar itself. So just about any roof accessory that you can come up with, we'll be able to use up here, be it a rooftop cargo box, bike racks, ski carriers, even a kayak carrier. We'll have it covered with the Thule Evo system. Now this Thule Evo system has 53-inch bars, and with the 53-inch bars, the amount of overhang that we have, one of the big concerns people usually have is, am I in danger of hitting my head getting in and out of the vehicle? Well, with the 53-inch bars, I don't see really any danger of that at all. It really only overhangs it by about an inch. It's well above your head. This is actually a really good place to be as far as your spread goes, because it is leaving you enough room to put a clamp down on the outside of the tower here, which means that you can load one side with one rooftop accessory and maybe have room on the other side for another. All right, now we're going to come up here on the roof and we're going to double check what kind of clearance that we have while we have these bars up here. So from the top of the roof to the top of the bar is almost exactly 4 inches. So bear in mind, if you're going into any low clearance areas, that you are going to be adding 4 inches of height to the vehicle when you have these bars on. And again, that doesn't include any accessories you have up here as well. Something always to keep in mind while you're traveling. Also, if you have an operating moonroof or sunroof, this bar is going to give you about 2 3/4 inches clearance. So that's another thing to keep in mind so you don't ruin that component of your vehicle by opening it while you have the crossbars up here. Also to keep in mind, these crossbars bear a 220-pound weight capacity. Now double check your owner's manual always on your vehicle roof capacity, whichever is the lower of the two, that is how much your vehicle can handle. So with 220-pound crossbars, if your vehicle roof capacity is 200 pounds, 200 pounds is your total capacity. Bear that in mind so that you can travel safely. So as you can see, we've already got the rear bar mounted, and we're going to go ahead and show you how we did that with the front bar here. So we've got the bar laid out. What we're going to do is turn that right over, and we're going to find this area on the ends here with this slot. You're also going to find on a Thule bar like this that you're going to have this measurement scale. We're not going to need it on this particular application, however, so what we're going to want to do is give us all the space we need to mount our feet. So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to take the cap off of the end, just like we did there. It simply releases right from underneath there. I'm going to turn it over, make sure that this bolt is facing outward, and we're going to slip it right into this channel right here and send it all the way in. Once we do that, we're going to go ahead and take our end cap and put it back in place. And we're going to go ahead and repeat that process on the other side before we get it up on the roof. Okay, so when we're up here on the roof now, and what we're going to be doing is, first of all, we're going to make sure that the wider end of the bar is to the front and the blade side of the bar is to the back. We're going to go ahead and kind of set it over there on the other end gently, just so it goes over. We're going to do the same on this side here. And what you can see that we're able to slide this back and forth. So what we're going to do now is just take a few measurements on either side, make sure that the bars are even, and then we're going to go from there as far as tightening it down. So the Thule Roof Rack system comes with its own tool here, and it is a torquing tool, so it is going to indicate for us when we've got everything tightened down enough. So we've got our crossbars even, we've got an even spread front to back between them. We're going to go ahead and use the tool to tighten it down. You'll hear a slight pop when you know that it's ready and secure for the road. So now we've got everything tightened down and good to go. We're going to go ahead and replace our cap here on the end, and that's simply going to go kind of snap right in, just like that. Now, there's a little knob here that you could twist to kind of lock it in. We're going to use a flathead for that for now, but I do encourage anybody with a roof rack system, just to deter any kind of theft or anything like that, to use the Thule lock cores that you could purchase separately. Get yourself some keys to keep everything locked and secure for yourself. So the Thule Evo Roof Rack with the 53-inch crossbars, I think is a perfect fit for the 2020 Nissan Pathfinder because the overhang is just perfect enough for you to maximize the bar space while not really being in any danger of hitting your head at all. The capacity is going to be plenty for most of the accessories that you want to put up here. It's not too high up out of reach. And really, Thule has always been a very, very trusted name in these roof rack systems. So once again, this is Curt at Etrailer. Thanks for stopping by.